What's going on, Buff Nation? Welcome back to another video. So if you guys have been following along this entire time with Colorado and Cormani McClain, it's been one hell of a journey. Cormani McClain, a top-end recruit that committed last year. His commitment was back and forth, Florida, in Miami, then ultimately ended up at Colorado. Then gets to Colorado, and we're like, hey, where's Cormani at? We got to see him play. What's going on here? Obviously, that viral video goes out of Coach Prime just ripping Cormani McClain a new one.
Yeah. No. The plan at corner is cornerback committee. That's why we practice. We're going to see who steps up and takes over that role.
What's holding Cormani back at this point?
He is.
And then after that, there's a little bit of drama he posts on social media. You know, everyone's has an opinion. Is he going to leave in the portal? He doesn't like this. What's happening? Then he comes out, has a pretty good game against USC, right? Gets a big stop, gets some big tackles, gets a lot of love and a lot of praise from Coach Prime after that game, and all seems to be going well. But then things kind of go quiet on the front end again. We don't see much of Cormani McClain. Starts to die down a little bit. But now we're starting to see a nice little trend in the right direction. He got some praise, which we talked about in a previous video at practice, where they went on a little race. He chose the loser side. And coach said in the past, he would have just walked off the football field, didn't care. Because in those moments, you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to run with your guys when your team loses, regardless of all the coaches are watching. They're not going to be able to see every kid, right? It's just owning up to the team that you chose and being an honorable player. When that happens, again, Cormani McClain used to walk off. Now he's on there. But here's what Coach Prime had to say after the game, because he played a lot in this Arizona game, a very good football game for the Colorado Buffs. I mean, Coach Prime talks about it throughout his entire press conference. I know haters are going to say, what do you mean good game? They lost. Stop it. It was a great game. They're moving in the right direction. We'll break all that down in another video, but take a listen to what Coach Prime had to say about Cormani McClain and what he's looking forward to and how excited he is about his future.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter at cornerback, what's he done the past couple of weeks during that?
He's been a lot more focused, a lot more understanding of the expectation and what we want from him. That we've challenged him tremendously all year long, and he stood up to the task over the last probably week and a half. I'm really, really proud of Cormani. I really am. He's come a long way just to get on the field and stay on the field consistently. And I hadn't watched the film as of yet, but what I saw with the naked eye, he played a viable game. With his play, we could have won.
So a huge compliment, right? With his play, with his ability to make plays, they could have won. They should have won, right? Because he applied at the earlier in the press conference. He felt they were the better team. They did everything right that they wanted to, had time of possession, all but win, right? When it comes down to the wire like that, sometimes a more experienced team with more experienced players, that's what the edge is, and that's what Arizona had in this game. But this is something important to note, because remember, this has kind of just been a trend for Coach Prime. Somebody gets frustrated or frustrates him, he's going to let him. You're going to hear about it in the press conference. It was Cormani McClain first. It was then the offensive line. It's been the defense, right? Calling out just the defense as a whole. All those things have gotten better since calling them out. And it reminds me of Ocho from the ESPN, where he ripped into Coach Prime talking about, well, how do you think the offensive line is going to respond? If that was me, talking about, replacing me and his son's back there, I would probably, just lack off of my job. The complete opposite is what's happened. And this is exactly what I said would happen, because you know what you're getting yourself into. You know the coach that you signed up for. So if you think all of a sudden, because Coach Prime pops off on you, these guys are going to go and fold in a corner and not want to play, you're out of your mind. This is what you're playing for. This is what, and look, a lot of people are going to be turned off by it, but that's okay, because on the flip side of that, there's going to be a ton of young kids that are extremely motivated by it. I'm like, I want to go play for somebody like that, because what we just saw right here, when you bounce back, when you turn a corner, you get all but love. Nothing but just praise from him. And what's also really cool to see, what speaks volumes to recruit, this was a top-end recruit coming in last year, got punched in the mouth early on and was able to bounce back, find a way to get himself back onto the football field and be an impact on the football field in year one at Colorado. If that doesn't just scream, hey, we're going to work with you, we're going to love you, we're going to care for you, we're going to make you a better man off the field and on the field, and of course, a better football player, son, I'm expecting a massive offseason here going into December. Now, obviously, they talked, too, in this press conference. One more game to the bowl game. They're not focused on that. Coach Prime says, obviously, they want to win more games, but winning is the ultimate thing. And if what comes with that is a bowl game, fantastic. So I do expect, though, in the next 2 to 3 weeks here, as we go to a close with this season, that things will heat up tremendously, whether it's the portal or recruiting. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, because you don't want to miss it. We drop a banger video. We're dropping one of us every single day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.